Yo, do you think Fantano licks toes and then rates the toe afterwards? I give it a strong 7. Do you think he keeps his glasses on when he fucks?
You're listening to the Double D's podcast.
I'm Dom.
I'm D.respect.
You got a great set of tits.
I get so angry thinking about this kid.
Because that's what most people are bitching about.
I'm from New York, you know what I mean? We like clean out here, you know?
You gotta stop looking at interacting with people online as a cheap date. My father used to drink.
Get the fuck away from me. I'm done.
I come a lot, by the way.
You're a great blow the rap stuff.
If you didn't say it, somebody in the comment section would have said it.
It's like how you feel when you're having a paranoid high.
That's a dynamic connection right there.
I think I was pretty close to on. Oh, did I just fuck something up?
You fucked it all up. The show's over.
Oh, sorry.
We're done.
You're listening to the
Everyone
Double D's podcast, everyone.
I am Dom.
I am D.respect. And we've got a special guest here, back like he left something, back like he stepped out of the apartment and he forgot his keys or he forgot his phone.
Yeah.
Myke Sietown, Dead End Hip Hop, Atlanta, Georgia, in the house.
Hey, y'all.
What up, Myke?
I'm chilling, man, you know, just sitting there hanging out, sitting on a pile of money.
Yeah.
You know, how we do. Watching Love and Hip Hop Hollywood.
Love and
Let's
Hip
get
Hop
down-
Hollywood?
I just turned this on. I don't really know what's going on.
Oh, I didn't know
but-
there was such a thing.
Oh, yeah. There's a Love and Hip Hop everywhere, apparently.
Great.
I don't think they have a New York branch yet.
Yeah, they do.
I thought New York was the Joe Budden one.
Yeah, that's the one.
So it's the original.
Atlanta, I think.
Fuck, I don't know.
I think it's Atlanta. I think it started with Scrappy. That's when Scrappy did the whole put the paws on him thing and his mother couldn't spell bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
And they had Stevie J and
Right.
Joseph or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
You guys realize you're part of the problem. You know all
Yeah,
these
I know. That's
characters,
not a
you
good
know
way
the
to start the
story.
podcast.
I mean,
It really isn't.
I've never seen more than an episode or two of this show.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't feel bad about it.
I feel bad about it because I've seen plenty.
Oh, well, yeah,
That-
you are definitely the
I
problem.
am part of the problem.
Yes, you're why everybody hates Obama.
Oh, God.
My name is Tahiri. Did you guys vote?
I was sick.
Oh, yeah? You were? Huh?
Sorry.
I'm sick of voting.
True.
So both of you didn't vote.
No, I don't think I'm registered this time around.
You can't, I don't think you have to just... I think it's just...
Once you're
carries
registered,
over.
that's it? You're in it?
Yeah, dude. You don't have to do it twice.
Oh, well, I guess I could have voted, but I just didn't.
Oh, man.
I also didn't because I was tired that day. And I thought nothing was going to happen. And, I mean, I woke up the next day and I looked at CNN, popped on the old CNN, and they were like, the GOP has won. They have taken over the Senate. And my initial reaction was, oh, fuck, they won. Holy shit, I should have voted. But then I was like, hold up. How much is going to actually change? Is this not just some shit for them to... They want you to buy into this bipartisan shit as if as if the parties are so different. They really... I don't think they're that different. You know what I'm saying?
You're speaking to someone who doesn't watch the news anymore. So the only thing that I was aware of was the fact that there was governor was up for grabs. I don't know what was happening in Washington. I have no clue. What was happening over there?
A lot of voting stuff, and I also am shitty at watching the news. So right now, I'm flipping through my phone frantically to find out who our new governor is. I know it is not Brown. And Myke, what's happening down in Atlanta?
You said your governor is not brown, so what?
I'm sorry. Fuck. The guy is Brown. It was the guy who was running. Very, very dapper looking mulatto gentleman. I like using an outdated term.
I was gonna say, is mulatto like, is that an offensive term?
It is.
I
No.
thought so. Like, you're not supposed to call people mulatto.
It sounds like a good cookie that you could buy from the grocery store.
No, I was thinking of gelato.
Yeah, those are pretty good too.
Those are Japanese mixed with black people, right?
I thought that was Blackanese.
Oh.
Gelato, it sounds like an Italian in a black.
I was totally joking. You guys both, yeah.
It's not a joke.
Gelato is a dessert. You uncultured motherfuckers, you.
No,
Look, I had gelato before.
Gelato, it sort of looks like ice cream, right? It has like a softer consistency.
It is ice cream.
I know these things.
And people who say that it's not, no, it is. They say, oh, there's less air in gelato. That's not true. It's just the same.
Air in gelato?
They say that there's less
how it's
air.
made?
Yeah, there's less air in the process, so that you get a creamier, smoother texture. I think it's bullshit. It's not true. It's all the same.
Those lying Italians.
Oh, so we're in the corner of the gelato conspiracy corner of the internet here. Tom's got his tinfoil cap on. It's like it's the gelato industry. That's the real issue here.
Alex Jones. I don't want you to fucking know the fucking Republican ice cream makers.
Less air and gelato.
So what's up with Atlanta? You guys, is it burning to the ground because of the elections? Did you guys, anything big happen?
I mean, as far as I can tell, absolutely nothing has changed. But honestly, I really haven't been on the news that much. I was out of town, and I came back.
Did you go to a show or something?
Yeah, I was in LA for 4 days, and I got sick while I was out there, and I came back, and like the day I was supposed to go vote, dude, I seriously, I could not even get out of bed. So I just laid around, and then the next day, just like you, I saw all the propaganda on Facebook. People trying to shame everybody else. Look what you guys did. The GOP's in charge now. I mean, whatever. Like I kind of agree with Dom. Like, how much is really going to change? It's not, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I definitely wish that they could have raised, the minimum wage and all that good stuff. But, hey, man.
The GOP is going to fight the marijuana laws a little bit harder than the Democrats did, I guess, or something. I like how I'm talking about this shit. I don't even think I really... Oh, God, I'm so bad.
You're not really sure if you're really that well-versed in the topic.
Yeah, like, I don't think...
Well, how does that make that any different from anything else that we talk about this show? We fucking bloviate off the top of our heads all the time, so how's this any different? It's okay.
Because you'll get called an ignorant coon if you don't know certain political
things.
That's
you, Mike. People will call you that because they know that you'll get really angry.
I don't get angry anymore. Have you not noticed this?
You got angry the other day on Kanye Toa. I saw you. You were mad.
I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I wasn't angry.
Really?
I really wasn't. I honestly wasn't. I'll tell you what bothered me about that site. So we can now move away from politics to things that are more important, like stupid fucking blogs with like virgins who live in their fucking grandmother's basements and talk about people.
That's what the audience cares about, Mike.
Of course. I really wasn't angry with that site because I expect trolls and all that good stuff. The only thing that kind of bothered me was the fact that somebody had like gone on my Facebook page or like my ex-girlfriend's Facebook page and like dug up pictures of me and her together and then plastered them on the site. And I was just like, you know what, dude? Like, even though we're not together and I could, we don't speak like at all, I'm still like, what the fuck? Like, why would you do that?
Well, let's give the listeners some context. How did this all start? Because I don't even know what happened here.
Okay, so I do not Google myself just because the few times I've done it, I don't find very good things. So, so I leave it alone.
Googling you right at this minute.
Go for it. The funny thing is, I think the first search thing will be, like, if you type in Myke Sietown, it'll say Myke Sietown is gay.
Yeah, that's why I was laughing, because I knew that's the first thing. Because I've Googled you, and it's like, what the fuck? Why?
That's like that's the first thing. I'm pretty sure it's the first one is Myke Sietown is gay. So I stay away from Google and me because we just don't get along too well. But somebody on Twitter sent me the link, like, oh, they're talking about you on the Kanye Toa site. So I'm like, oh, great, cool. What are they saying now? Like, what is it now? I've heard so many rumors. I've sucked so and so's dick. I got caught behind, a Piggly Wiggly getting fucked. I've heard all kinds. Like, I'm really a woman. That's why I'm so feminine. I hear all these fucking awesome things. And I even heard this one that was really good. I heard that I didn't actually cut my dreads off. My dreads were a wig because I couldn't get the hormones right because I'm actually a female. And yeah, I was like, oh, you guys are really fucking creative. But
that last person was really creative.
I thought so, and there was more to it. It was like a full story, you know. But yeah, so I went to the page and I looked, and there was some people that were just like, oh, you know, they're cool, Mike's cool, everybody's cool. Then there'd be like a few people that were just like, oh, I hate Myke or I hate FIFO, the typicals. But then, like I said, there was just like a few people that were just being a little bit too much. And like I said, the only thing that really bothered me was the fact that they went to my Facebook page and like dug pictures up and like posted pictures. Oh, check out Mike's girlfriend, ha ha ha. And then there's other people like, oh, that looks like the kind of bitch he would date. And I'm like, what does that even mean? So that was the one thing that kind of bothered me. But then it became funny because I posted something on Twitter like, does anybody actually really go to this site? Because it seems as stupid as that Moo site. And some dude went on there and he hashtagged KTT fam. So I wrote back and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like a distress call? Like the bat signal? Like what the fuck does that mean? Next thing I know, there was like 20 people from that site that were just attacking me on Twitter.
Wow.
Like that shit was amazing to me. Like if they ever get
it's like the bat signal.
Yes, all they have to do is hashtag KTT fam, and all of these dudes show up. Like, I actually wonder if it works like that in real life. Like, if they're getting in a fight at a club, they just send out a tweet that says KTT fam, and all these dudes just randomly show up.
What, help me out, homies? Help me out, son.
Yo,
well, in real life, that would be the funny scenario. You would see what these people really look like in their ages, and then everything will make sense.
Oh, dude. Yeah, it was actually pretty entertaining because I don't make fun of people's looks. I just don't because it's stupid. But if you're on Twitter and someone's like, oh, you know, and they're clearly quite a bit overweight and they're calling you anorexic, it's like, dude, like, who's going to win this one? Like, really, who's going to win this one? Like, do we really want to do this?
They want your attention, though. You realize that.
Absolutely.
These guys, whenever someone says something shitty to, I don't know, whatever rapper or some famous person, what they really want is just for them to notice you and to say something.
Absolutely.
Because so many times I've seen this on any sort of social media when a person says some inflammatory shit and the celebrity sort of turns their gaze at them and says, what the fuck? The guy's like, oh yeah, you know, I'm just a big fan. I just wanted to, you know.
Yeah, there's never really a response.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's happened. That's happened many times. Like, I'm clearly not like some big tough dude, you know, but like there have been people that have like attacked me in the comment section on YouTube, and I've met a few of them in person, and when I meet them, they're just like, oh no, man, I was just talking shit, you know. No, man, I'm a big fan, man. I love what you guys do.
It's
and
weird,
I'm like,
right?
What the fuck? Then why were you like I had one guy that seriously said, I cannot wait until I can meet Myke Sietown because I'm going to catch his fade. And to be honest, I actually had to Urban Dictionary that because I had no idea.
Sounds like he was going to get violent with you.
I figured it meant he was going to cut my hair into a very nice flat top. But no, it meant that he wanted to fight me. Right. So, and I met him in person, and he was totally nice.
How did you know it was him, though? He said, hey, Myke, it's the guy who said, I'm the guy who said you were going to catch your fade. Fuck, I fucked it up. What, you catch someone's fade, or you're trying to catch a fade?
I think if I catch your fade, that means I fucked you up. So
what is a
check this out? Check this out on Urban Dictionary. It says catch a fade, an urban way of telling someone that you want to fight them. But then they put it in a sentence, and I think this is hilarious. It says, "Hey man, you got my white tee dirty. Let's catch a fade." Because anyone who says this wears big white tees. Let's catch it. Okay, so let's get into the act of catching a fade.
I don't think
catching a fade
right.
is
I like
the
how
fight.
both parties want to participate in this. Like, hey, hey, fella, you want to catch a fade?
I think catching a fade is a one-way street. I'm pretty sure. I don't think both of you catch a fade because that just means you would kill each other, right?
So one person's getting his ass whooped.
Yes, one person has to get his fade caught. So
okay.
Okay. So the other person is throwing his fade, or is it delivering the fade?
My fade. and you would be the one catching my fade.
But you don't want to catch it. So the one throwing the fade is the positive, the aggressor, the victor.
No,
Yeah.
the one throwing the fade is the
I
one.
thought-
It's like hot potato. The one throwing
You don't
the
want
fade.
like you don't want to catch the fade, right?
No, you do want to catch the fade. If I'm like,
What?
yo, I cannot
But-
wait to catch Dom's fade, that means I'm gonna fuck you up.
That means you're ready for it. You
So
beat him
want to
up.
catch it. Oh,
You want to catch the
fuck.
fade. Like, you want to be the chick at the wedding catching the fucking bouquet.
It's a
dude.
boutique.
Yeah,
it's a little
you want
bouquet.
to
I
catch
mean,
the bouquet. You want to catch that shit.
I feel like those jerk offs on Office Space when they Googled money laundering. That's what the three of us feel like right now.
it says jam. There is no jam.
So you were supposed to catch this fade from this individual, and he
no,
just
I was
basically
supposed
he was a fan.
I was supposed to toss him my fade.
He's
Toss
supposed to
him your-
the-
okay.
You give up
Yeah,
the fade.
But I kept my fade to myself because he was just like, nah, man, I'm so-and-so online. And I was like, oh, yeah, you're the one who wanted to fight me. And he was like, oh, no, man, it's all good. You know, it's just jokes, man. I'm a big fan. I'm like, dude, like, no, you seriously wanted to fight me. Like, you were talking all this shit about wanting to fight me, and now you don't want to fight me. Like, I don't understand. Not that I want to fight. I haven't been in a fight since I was in, like, high school, but I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, why would you tell somebody online that you want to fight them and then tell them in person, like, hey, I'm this person that said they wanted to fight you, but I really, in real life, I just, it's like little kids punching, little girls because they like them. Like, what the fuck? That makes no sense. If you're an adult, like, I don't get it.
That carries over to adulthood, by the way. I just want to say that.
Clearly, because I punch girls only so they will like me.
No, the equivalent as an adult though is you saying to a girl, it's like you're not that great anyway. Just I guess the proverbial negging, whatever, girl. It's like you give her a playful shove. You see the shit that the typical asshole jock guys do.
No.
Like really really popular guys.
No, I don't hang out anywhere where there'd be like popular jocks, and I don't know if I was out somewhere and a dude gave a girl a playful shove, I might want to punch him.
Really?
I mean, I've never seen a guy give a girl a playful shove around me. That would really make me uncomfortable.
Wow.
Well, I guess when you picture playful shove, like you mean she stumbles to the ground or she
No, it just
like scale this for me.
Her fucking face hits the car.
Scale this for me.
Tee.
And you're like, ha ha.
I got you there. Now get up. Let's go get something to eat. No, a playful shove is like the kind of shove where she goes, stop, tee. That kind of stuff.
Okay, I think I kind
When
of
the girl pretends that she's upset with you, but she really likes it and she wants it. That sort of thing. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Right, fellas? Am I right?
We got you. We got you.
Yeah, he has you, dog.
Guys sound like such a fucking creep. Ugh.
I mean, yeah, if you go around just pushing girls because you want to date.
Look, I don't do it. I'm not saying that I do it.
Date me. Now date me. But
No, give me your fade.
I would be the recipient of your fade.
oh man.
You will receive my fade. Fuck.
So on the other hand, you have the very. How do you handle extremely positive comments on YouTube? And we already know how you handle the extremely negative. Does the extremely positive, do you get desensitized to it after a while? Do you just like, all right, heard this before, you like me, you agree with my opinions, and yada yada yada? How do you perceive those things?
I mean, it kind of depends on what they say. Like if it's just fluff, you can tell. Like if they're just like, yo, oh man, Myke Sietown for president, I'm not gonna reply to that. I may like it because it makes me feel good, but I'm not gonna say. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't know what to say. But if it's one of our videos where we're arguing or something, and they're just like, okay, look, you guys, this is why I think Myke Sietown is correct. Blah 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 blah. If they're on to something, I might reply and be like, yes, thank you for understanding what I meant. But I mean, I'll do that even if it's someone that doesn't agree with me. As long as they're respectful, I'll usually, like, if they don't agree with me and they're presenting themselves in a respectful manner, like, yo, no disrespect, but this is why I think, Myke is incorrect, I'll reply and be like, okay, I see your point. Or I might be like, oh, yeah, you're still stupid, but at least you presented your stupidity in a very nice way. But overly positive, I mean, what do you really say to that, dude?
Thanks, I guess.
Yeah, appreciate it. That's kind of it.
Yeah,
I mean, I know
that really is it. That is all you can really say. There's not much.
There's not much, dude. There's really not much because...
Oh my God, I agree with like everything that you say. It's just like, that's me, right there.
That's uncomfortable, man. It's uncomfortable. I'm not used to shit like that. It's weird. It's weird. I don't know.
I'm the king of hating that sort of shit. I can handle it online. I just say thanks. In person, I will crumble and I will change the subject. I want nothing more than to be out of that situation. If someone is complimenting me on shit.
Really?
I can't stand it.
Dom doesn't know how to take compliments. I've seen this in person. Dom is just a weird person in person, period.
No, what are you talking about? I'm not weird.
Oh, okay.
No, listen. What I'm weird about is in a conversation, I don't know. I always feel like I'm close to being... You know the guy who hangs around you too long and spends too much time talking to you? In any situation?
Yes.
Right. I am always afraid of being that guy. I always feel like I'm 2 seconds away from being that person, so I eject out of situations early to avoid being that person. The problem is my meter, my gauge for being around too long is completely fucking off. I'll leave a conversation 20%, I mean like 80% of the earlier than I was supposed to. So I'll just walk out, and the person wasn't even sort of hating my company yet. So I'm kind of, that's what I'm working on.
No, that's not a bad thing. You're always better leaving too early than leaving too late.
That is true, but it's, I think I leave really, really early.
Like, you think you come off like a dick?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
I guess the flip side too is I also sometimes when I'm not really interested in talking anymore, I just don't want to. I just want to be done.
Myke, I've told the viewers about this before when we had the intimate evening with Anthony Fantano just a couple weeks ago. Dom and I were talking to a listener of the show. And right in the middle of it, he's an artist, he raps, and right in the middle, I think the guy just said something, and Dom was about to reply to what he said, and Dom didn't even start his sentence. I think maybe he said like one or two words, and then he said, "All right, man, so good luck with the rapping," and he just walked away. It was so odd, and I was like, "What the fuck just happened? What the fuck was that?" Just walks away from the guy. Yes, it was weird. Yes,
I said I needed to get a
weird.
drink. I remember saying that.
Why did you do that?
But it's the.
I just didn't. I felt like I was done, or like he was talking to. Yeah, I felt like I was done. I think that's what it was.
But he wasn't yet, man.
He wasn't. He was going to tell
but
his
that's
friends.
the problem, though. What if the other person is the one? No. This is not the case. So, dude, don't get mad at me, the guy who's listening. But what if that person is there too long?
Hey, that was Joma. I remember you guys. Dom doesn't. See, D's here for you. It was Joma.
Look, all I'm saying is I don't want to be in a situation where someone is talking too long or I'm there talking too long. Let's not make that happen. Okay.
No, I mean you can. Okay, see, so unless you're a dumbass or a dickhead, you can tell when you're lingering a bit too long. Like, okay, so if you ever meet someone that you're a fan of, you give yourself a 5-minute window, man.
You should. No. I disagree with you.
5 minutes?
See, that's what I'm talking about. The gauge, it's
That's a
gotta
long
be
time.
30 seconds, man. Less than 30 seconds.
Most
No
songs
way.
aren't 5 minutes long.
Okay, maybe you're right.
If it's the guy from Current 93, that's fine. Because he's not getting people jumping on him every day telling him shit. That's fine. I think, but maybe there's some sort of scale where it depends on how
The body language, I guess.
Okay, so if they're reciprocating, okay, so if you meet somebody and you're talking to them about something, and they're reciprocating, and this reciprocation goes on for a good 5 minutes, at that 5-minute mark, I feel like you should wrap it up.
Okay.
Now,
I see what you mean.
If you're talking and the reciprocation is very sparse, I agree with you guys 100%. You give them 30 seconds, be like, hey man, well, I don't want to bother you. It was nice to meet you. Have a wonderful night. Keep doing what you do, and you leave. I have unfortunately been in plenty of situations where the dude that I just met does not know when to leave. And I know that sounds really rude because I like talking to people, but I think my issue is probably different than y'all's issue. If somebody meets you guys, they just want to chat. They just want to talk because you guys aren't known as, debating assholes, right? If I'm out, motherfuckers really think.
You mean they challenge you?
Yeah, dude. Like they think that I want to fucking debate them.
Right.
Here's why. Look, Myke, I love your shit, dude. Let me dap you up. Look, man, I don't know why do I sound like this? Nicki Minaj is the best, man. I know you said in that last video X, Y, and Z, but dude, you got that was wrong, man. Let me tell you why.
No,
that sort of shit.
It's never Nicki Minaj. I'll give you guys one more guess as to who people always want to argue with me about. One fucking guess.
One big guess.
Iggy.
No,
come on,
it's not a
dude.
woman. It's not a woman. No.
It's not a woman.
Who do I constantly make fun of?
Lil B.
Okay, you guys are fucking. Okay.
No.
Wait.
Let me take a stab at this.
What do you expect to it?
You've criticized Lupe in the past, but I don't think it's Lupe because he's not that popular anymore. I would say Kanye.
No.
You
guys are failing right now. It's
No,
fucking,
wait.
I give up because I
No,
feel like
stop.
we're gonna waste
You're
the entire hour with you guys making horrible guesses.
Let me get one more guess. I'm trying to think of times when I've seen you really angry. And it's not Lil B, dude. I know.
No.
I've seen you get
People.
mad.
No. You guys have seen one video of me wasted yelling at Ken about something that had nothing to do with Lil B. All right. So no, it's not.
I'm gonna ask you a separate. Now that you said that, I'm gonna ask you a separate question after you finish.
Okay. Well, if anybody walked up, if Lil B even came out of their mouth, I would just leave the conversation, and I wouldn't feel rude about it.
So that is a good guess. You're acting like that was a bad guess. That was a
Are
good
you
guess.
really going to? You're gonna keep
nobody's ever
debating
done
with
that.
him about who it is? Let him.
No, I'm not gonna let him
You're
tell
gonna
me.
keep trying to qualify your guess.
Look, you're gonna give me that fade, unless.
Like, that fade, son. You better give up that fade, dude.
I think you just caught the conversation's fade because it's taken way too
This is
long.
turning into a rap battle. I like this.
Dude, it's
But
Drake.
you caught the
Are you
conversation's
guys
fade,
serious?
homie.
Good
Drake.
sir, you lied
John
with
DeMarco.
men. Good
Drake,
night.
Drake, come on,
Drake?
man.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
constantly make fun of Drake. Every review we've ever done about Drake, I have nothing but jokes. So 9 times out of 10, if I meet somebody that's watched the show, they seriously want to debate me about Drake. And I will entertain that for at most a minute. Then I'm done. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Because people don't understand, like, if I don't know you, then I still care about you as a person because, everybody matters to somebody. But I don't give half a shit about who your favorite rapper is. And I don't give half a shit about how you feel about my favorite rapper. Because it just doesn't matter. It's not going to make me think of you as a person any differently.
So this guy who approaches you, do you think he comes with an agenda like, I want Myke to respect me as a debate? This is my chance to get him to feel like, I want him to think that I'm some cool, really smart guy. I want to win him over. What do you think their goal is?
I think their goal is to, quote unquote, beat me at a debate. And I'm like, that doesn't exist, dude. You're not going to beat anyone at a debate. Even if you get more people to agree with you, who cares? Like, that doesn't mean you won the debate. It just means that you have more people that agree with you. So they think that if they can overtalk me or present more reasons as to why Drake is a great rapper, that means that they can go back to their friends and say, you know what, I just beat Myke in a debate. It's like, dude, look, and I said this to this one dude that was arguing with me. Nice kid, but it was really fucking annoying because I was at a show and I'm like, I cannot believe you're sitting here trying to argue with me. No, I wasn't drunk because if I was drunk,
that would have made it so bad.
It would have went real bad because I would have just made fun of him until he got upset.
Fuck.
I wouldn't have been mean to him because I'm not mean to anybody. Like, believe it or not, especially if I'm drunk, I'm not mean to anyone. I'll just make jokes until they leave me alone. But no, I was totally sober, And he's just like, man, we got to talk about Drake. And I was like, dude, we really don't.
He took that as an invitation, though, naturally. Oh, he's being funny. Let me continue with my points as to why Drake is cool.
Well, I was by myself, which really sucked. I was by myself waiting for B and Ken. And here comes this dude. Oh, man, Myke Sietown, love your show. Blah, blah, blah. Man, yo, we got to talk about Drake. Sweet, man. Cool.
But it's like, you know, it's like they want to be a part of that dead end conversation so bad, and you almost have to respect that to a certain extent. They want to be Beezy, they want to be FIFO, they want to be Ken. They want to stand in that circle and just for 1 second just tell you, Myke, this is what I understand, because you're not attached to your opinions. I can tell that you're a person that you keep it moving. You say what you got to say and you keep it moving, and you don't stick by, especially what you have to say about rappers. It's not a big deal at all. But they just want to be a part of that, and that's sort of the gift and the curse right there.
You're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. That's exactly what it is. They want to be a part of the show, and I think that that's awesome that we have people out there that watch the show and like it so much that they want to be a part of the conversation. But here's the thing. There's a time and place for everything. If I am at a show and I'm talking to somebody else, or especially if I'm talking to a female, dude, don't walk up to me and be like, yo, man, we got to talk about Drake.
Dude, women have interrupted you? People have interrupted you while you were talking to a girl?
Dom. Bruh.
That would make me fucking furious.
Bruh. Yes.
Wait. You know what? No, it just hit me. Dude, I am wrong. That is the greatest thing that can happen to you.
What?
Because you look like a big shot.
Yes, listen, the dude recognizes you, and he goes, dude, big fan, my dude. And you're like, yeah, thanks, fella, but I'm talking to this nice lady. And she sees it. She sees the guy walk up to you, and he has this adoration in his eyes, and automatically you gain a couple points.
No, absolutely not.
Why? Why am I wrong?
Okay, couple reasons. One, not every girl in the world thinks being a fucking internet celebrity is cool. Okay? Especially when you're 36. When you're 36 and people know you from being on the fucking computer yelling and arguing, or they know you from getting drunk and talking about metal, that's not that cool, man.
Depends what type of girl she is.
Exactly.
Depends
it does depend on the type of girl. You're absolutely right.
Depends.
But the girl that I was talking to that night was not impressed by the fact that there was some jacknut that was wanting to argue with me about a fucking rapper while I'm waiting for my whiskey and talking to her about something. I'm just like, dude, this is really fucking embarrassing, and I really wish this guy would go away.
Did you dismiss him?
He sat down, dude. This son of a bitch. This son of a bitch. He sat down. Granted, this was a long time ago, but yeah, dude, he fucking sat down. I was like, he has to see me talking to this girl. He has to. What under the fucking sun would make you think that it's okay for you to pull up a seat next to me?
He got uncomfortable. He's like, oh yeah.
Ordered himself some drinks.
Beer. Yes! He ordered a fucking beer.
This is great.
And sat there and was just like, we gotta talk about Drake. And I literally said, I was like, no, dude, we really don't. And he's like, oh man, nah, because you said da-da-da-da-da. And I was just like, look, dude, I understand that you like Drake. I don't like Drake. Can we just leave it there?
Whoa.
You know, I was trying to was that mean? Is that mean?
Mean I don't think mean is the word. It's just a little short.
Why'd you say dude? You know,
it's just a little short. I mean, obviously, there's no to him this must have felt like, you know, like he went home and he fucking crumbled his Myke Sietown poster. And I mean, well, I would like to know if that guy is listening right now, or if he's like even still subscribed to the channel. Like, does he still follow? Like, I wonder if he hates you now, or if that made him have more of a connection to you. Like now I have a story. Like, I'll give you an example. When I met, and I always remind Dama who this person is because he always fucking forgets. If you're familiar with Star from Star and Buck Wild, Myke.
Is that the guy who made the Aaliyah joke?
God, that guy's a dick.
Always loved him. Always loved him.
What? Okay,
always had near and dear to my heart. But I met him one time, and I really wanted to let him know that I stopped listening to Ed Lover in the morning because his show was so great. And as I was saying, man, I used to listen to Ed Lover, I don't listen to that show anymore. It's terrible. I was sort of being a dick because he has a reputation for being very argumentative. And I wanted I wanted to relate to him and I wanted to get on his level because I thought that's what give us the best connection. So I said, I think I cursed. I think I said, fuck that show. And then he cut me off. He was like, Ed Lover's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's a really good. He just cut me off and started singing Ed Lover's praises. He signed my book. And, just told me to just get the fuck out of his face. Well, he didn't tell me to get out of his face, but, his whole demeanor was kind of like, all right, guy, off to the side now. So maybe I could see that. I could see being that stan in that situation. But he was signing books, obviously they make a comment. I wouldn't sit down and sip a beer with it. You know what this sounds like? Mike, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with J-Zone.
Yes.
Yeah, this sounds like blockage.
Yes.
Dom, if you've never heard this song, this is almost the
Listen
exact
to it.
scenario, except Myke is not a rapper and he's not asking him to kick a freestyle. Spit a freestyle, man. Just kick a freestyle.
So it's a song about a guy who wants him to freestyle?
Well, yeah, like running into him in public and just being like, yo, man, kick a freestyle. Because that's what dumbasses do to poor innocent rappers who are walking around their regular life. Mm-hmm. They expect them to be in that character at all times.
Right.
And I'm not saying that we have characters, but, if I'm on the show and we're debating, I'm in debate mode. But if I'm just walking around town, I'm at fucking H&M, don't walk up to me and be like, yo, man, nah, man, what you said about, Rick Ross? Nah, dog, we got to talk about that. Dude, no, I'm trying on this too tight shirt, and I want you to leave me alone.
You're in the dressing room, he opens up the door and walks in. Hey, yo, son, hey, talk to me, dog.
Let's talk about this. No, we can't talk about this right now. I'm trying to see if my chest looks good in this shirt. Until I'm done doing that, I need you to leave me the fuck alone.
Myke,
but yeah, I mean, you think that's mean, but dude,
I don't think it's mean. I think it's the appropriate response. It's just I've been in that seat before, so I kind of felt a little let down. Like he was a bit of a dick to me, but it's whatever. I got over it, and I'm still a supporter, so that didn't change anything. I think.
You all laugh at my crippling social problem about ejecting from conversations, but you see, I don't have to deal with that at all because I'm just leaving. I'm leaving at all times.
See, I won't do that, man. I don't ever say that I have fans because I don't have fans. That's stupid. That's a stupid, pretentious thing to say, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Did I say fans just now?
No, you didn't at all. No.
Okay.
No,
always say listeners, audience.
Yeah, I don't like saying fans.
That's
either.
fine.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. I just feel stupid saying fans because I don't look at people that way. Like if I meet somebody in the street that's like, yo, I watch your show, I look at them just like you guys said. They're listeners. Mm-hmm. They're just fucking. I have no talent. Zero. There's no.
I beg to
talent
differ.
I don't know, man. There's no.
But it's hard to
talent
accept that you. Yeah, it's hard to accept that you have any sort of talent. Just talking about it's.
I mean, the rappers I shit on have way more talent than I do. So me having fans, that just doesn't make any sense. So if I meet somebody, dude, if they're cool, I'll fucking talk to them for an hour if I'm not doing anything else. Mm-hmm. I have no issue talking to people for long periods of time.
An hour? That's not too long for you?
No, I have. If they're because here's the thing, Jesus. I like talking to people, man. If they're cool and I'm not doing shit, if I'm waiting for a band to go on and they just want to talk, yeah, man, why not?
So you're a very extroverted person. You love being around people. You're always comfortable. Never have any problem with that. Not always.
Not always. But I mean, if I'm at a show and some dude just walks up and see, now here's the difference. If they just walk up and they're just like, oh man, I can't believe you didn't like the blah 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 album. I love that album. What didn't you like about it? And I tell them, they're like, oh, okay, well, I think maybe you're looking at it the wrong way. I like it because of this. I have no issue with that. It's these dudes that really want to roll up and be like, nah, man, look, nah, man, you're wrong. Like, no, what you said was bullshit. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to entertain that. I'm just be like, all right, well, cool, man, whatever, makes you happy. I'm going to get myself a drink, it was nice to meet you.
Right.
I'm not going to be out in public at a venue arguing with some dude that I don't know, whose opinion I don't really care that much about to have him yelling at me. I'm just not going to do that, man. I'm just not. But regular people, man, I'll talk to them all day long, dude.
Mike, I wanted to ask you a question. And by the way, guys, I did ask you to tweet me with your questions for Myke Sietown, and we will get to that momentarily. But I wanted to ask Mike a question because he mentioned something about being drunk during a review. So what I want to ask you, Mike, is you know, first of all, first question is, how many reviews, could you count it on your hands, how many reviews you've actually been inebriated during the filming of it? Second is that something you ever debate with beforehand? Like, say if it's a nighttime filming, should I drink? Shouldn't I drink? Or at this point, it's like, no, I take it completely seriously. I'm not going to do that. Or does it just make for a better show?
Okay, so your first question, could I count how many times I've been drunk at a shoot? Mm-hmm. Absolutely not. No, I could not.
Okay.
I don't know. There's no way. How many videos do we have? If we have 300 videos, I would say you could probably make a safe bet and say at least 75% of those. I was probably
That's amazing.
At least hungover. Until relatively recently, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like people have been putting in the comments, you know, oh man, you know, these guys, they don't argue like they used to. You know, Myke doesn't snap on people like he used to. And the reason is because I stopped going to shoots hungover. Like, a lot of times when I was getting annoyed and we were yelling at each other, a lot of times it was because, one, I was hungover, and two, Ken and or Raphael were getting on my fucking nerves. Mm-hmm. And that's really it. You know? So, is it something I debate doing? Nah, dude, it's just we shoot on Sundays, right? 9 times out of 10, Saturday nights, I'm out, man. I'm out in these streets, son, getting my sip on.
Getting it.
You know, getting it in. And I would get home at like, you know, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, crash in my bed, wake up the next day. We'd shoot at 11, so I'd get barely any sleep, and then I'd go to the shoot. And all it would take is Ken saying something crazy or FIFO saying something crazy, and it would just set me off. Not saying I would like, you know, just waiting for them to say something so I can get mad. It would just be like, they knew how to push my buttons, and the way you see the videos, it doesn't really show that. It just shows, okay, they're having a conversation, all of a sudden they're yelling at each other. Okay. But lately, and when I say lately, I'm talking about like the last 6-7 months, I have not been doing that because it makes for a more comfortable shoot, but unfortunately for people that watch the show, there's not so much yelling and arguing.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
First of all, it's fucking hilarious. I just want to say the fact that you say that you were hungover and that was the main issue. I love that.
I mean, it's totally true. Like, Little B was the worst one yet. I don't even remember, because I wasn't hungover on Little B. I was still drunk.
Damn.
Little B was shot, I want to say at like maybe 10 or 11 the next morning. And I still remember that night before, I was out until probably 4 in the morning drinking like a dumbass. So when I got up to go to the Little B shoot, I was still wasted. I shouldn't have even been driving. So all it took was one thing for Ken to say, and I was just like, oh, fuck that shit. Mm-hmm. He could have probably said, you know what I'm saying, like, I like barbecue lays over salt and vinegar, and I would have just bugged out. Now I'm not saying that.
But let me ask you this real quick.
Yep.
Do you really believe that barbecue lays are superior to salt and vinegar?
Yes. Yes. Salt and vinegar chips are disgusting.
Yes, they are. I agree.
Oh, hang on. Don't go saying stuff.
First of all, before Dom says anything, viewers out there, if you've never listened to this podcast before, if you're just a fan of Myke Sietown, you have to understand that Dom drinks Jack and Diets. Continue, Dom.
That shit is tasty. You guys are gonna start doing it.
Wait,
go ahead. Go.
Jack and Diet Coke?
Yes.
Why would you drink something like this?
Look, man, I don't want to drink regular Coke anymore. I've been drinking Diet Cokes for years now, and I like them better.
There's calories in the Jack. Who gives a shit? Just get the regular Jack. The regular.
But there's less calories if I get the fucking diet. Must I say this?
What I'm hearing right now.
You're not supposed to be conscious about that kind of thing when you're drinking.
No, I like a Jack and I like the taste. Dog.
No. Either you're drinking Jack and ginger ale or you're drinking it straight. Jack and Diet Coke. I don't understand why.
I like it. It's my friend.
Vinegar
it's my favorite.
chips.
Diet
Plus,
Coke
I
tastes
can't
like
give it up
shit.
now. The other factor is I can't give it up now because everyone knows that that's my drink. So if I give it up, and people shit on me all day about it, so I can't just give it up. It's like a country giving up when some tyrannical other nation is trying to overtake them, man. I can't just give it up because they're going to laugh at me.
It sounds the opposite because that drink sounds like something that some weird tyrannical government would force upon their people.
Because no one likes it.
Because no one wants it. Drink
Right.
this shit. You will drink this.
Oh shit!
Man.
This is like Hunger Games 7. They're going to be forcing District 13 to be drinking fucking Jack and Diet Coke.
But yeah, barbecue chips, man. Like I don't mind a barbecue chip. Okay, I like a good barbecue chip, but I really like a salt and vinegar chip. I used to like them more back in the day. But what I gotta say is, you both are wrong about salt and vinegar. But the best chip I've been liking recently is this. I'm gonna go pull this bag out of my trash can. Hang on a sec. This shit right here, okay? Classic Lay's. Regular ass chips. I went back and picked up this yellow bag and I tasted this fucking chip. I wonder if there's a chip still in here. But this shit, I will eat this shit right now. Alright, hold on. There's some crumbs. Hold on.
Oh my god.
He's gonna eat it, isn't he?
You hear that? You hear that munching?
No, I can't. You have to go back down to the bodega and get some more.
Ghetto motherfucker.
This shit is delicious. You guys like a classic chip?
I'll take a classic chip over fucking salt and vinegar chips.
Absolutely.
You guys are trying to make me mad.
Okay, do you suck feet, Dom?
I think I did it one time.
Did you like it?
Not really, no.
That makes no sense because this is exactly what salt and vinegar chips taste like.
Got him.
Now that she just got out of the shower, dude, you told her to wash her feet extra.
No, even if she just got out of the shower, they're gonna taste like salt and vinegar chips.
You didn't enjoy sucking toes?
Yeah, you weren't sucking them right, Dom.
What?
Dom,
You
Dom.
like that?
Dom, let me hold you real close. Let me put your head on my shoulders here.
No.
Dom.
Good.
What's wrong with what's wrong with her feet? There was something wrong there. Visually. There must have been something wrong.
Wait, you like feet?
Certain feet. I didn't say all feet, but some girls have
Yeah, you do.
suckable toes.
I mean, I just felt weird. I just felt like this is just not something it just wasn't something I wanted to do. Like, nah, like it's just like trying something at the buffet. You're like, okay, let me try one of these. You know what? Nah, I'm good. Not for me, pal.
Right.
Toe sucking.
All right.
What about you, Mike? You a foot guy?
I
Like
mean, if the woman I'm with likes her toes sucked, I have no issue with it. You can tell if their feet are dirty.
I ain't doing that shit. That's what I say if a girl wants her foot sucked. I ain't doing that shit.
His girlfriend Louis Armstrong.
Like that shit. I ain't sucking your dick. I don't do that.
You're a very unaccommodating person, Dom.
Me? I mean,
you gotta
I've
compromise,
never
man.
had anyone ask me to do that though. I think it was my idea. I was like, you know what? Let me do, because sometimes I like doing weird shit just to, because it might weird the girl out a little bit. I find that funny. So I think that's why I sucked her toes, and she's like, I don't think she was that into it either.
Right.
Because you were probably, like I said, you must have been doing it wrong. You were licking her toe like it was a fucking ice cream.
What am I supposed to do? Just put the whole?
Yes! You put the toe in the mouth like it's a lollipop. Lollipop, not ice cream.
You go to work, son.
There you go. Commit.
Yo, do you think Fantano licks toes and then rates the toe afterwards? I give it up. I give it a strong 7. Do you think he keeps his glasses on when he fucks? Or the glasses get all skewed if it's really good sex. He's like, whoa, buddy. It's all foggy.
He'll have to let us know in the comment section. I'd really like to know as well.
Oh my god.
I want to know about the glasses.
Yeah.
I cannot believe you just said that.
The glasses end up like backwards on his head. It's like, oh, man.
Mike, you do realize that if you do enough podcasts with us, instead of being questioned about Drake, sooner or later somebody's going to question you about toe sucking, which is probably worse.
I would much rather you talk to me about toe sucking.
Oh,
than
okay.
fucking Drake.
Now we can all agree though that Drake sucks more toes than all of us will ever
yes.
suck in our lives.
Absolutely.
Pre-record deal.
You're a good girl, and you know it.
Of course.
He invites girls back just so we can suck their toes and then ask them to leave. Actually,
They're like,
probably
don't
sucks
you want to
their toes
fuck or
and-
something?
No. I just want to, I just want to suck your toes and then clip your toenails. Can I do that? Sure, Drake. You can do that.
Of course you can, Drake.
We're gonna get into some questions. We're gonna dive
Yeah,
into that question box.
let's get into some Twitter questions here. A couple of you guys out there told you to send us some Twitter questions. You did. Myke, I just want to point out that I loved a zinger that you gave this person who, I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to say his Twitter handle. He's a douche. Oh, you want me to say it?
Okay.
Okay, his
Well, you
name
don't
is
have to.
Nerd Named Lance. When I asked people to tweet me about questions for Myke, he said, ask him if he eats ass, to which Myke retorted, ask your baby sister. Excellent rebuttal.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm all about the family responses. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
That
okay.
usually shuts them up.
Okay, one of our listeners here, Israel. 1 second. Israel
that's
Does
my man.
Life. Yeah.
Oh.
Israel Does Life says, and this is a very interesting question because, of course, you recently interviewed LP. He says, does he still have any rappers, musical idols that he'd like to meet and interview? Also, what's up with the hair?
Oh, my God.
The second half of the second
Yeah,
question.
let's answer the relevant question first.
Okay.
Are there any more rappers that I'd like to meet? Absolutely. I'd still love to meet Slug from Atmosphere. I've never met him, and I would seriously love to have a sit down and talk to him.
You interviewed him though, right?
Not really. I did a phone interview with another person that, in all honesty, did not go as awesome as I would have liked it to go. Mm-hmm. Not because of Slug, because Slug dropped some fucking jewels in that interview. Like he was amazing, but it just didn't. It wasn't what I wanted it to be. So no, I would like to actually sit down in a room with him and talk about shit. Del the Funky Homo Sapien. I really want to meet someday and just talk about whatever.
I have no clue who this person is.
Oh
What?
my
You know
God.
Deltron?
Are you serious? Del is one of the most amazing rappers to ever touch a mic. He's from the West Coast. He's part of the Hieroglyphics crew. He basically got me back into hip hop.
Hieroglyphics I'm familiar with, but not this specific. Del the Homo Sapien.
Del the Funky Homo Sapien.
Okay.
He's fucking
Be
incredible.
on the lookout for this guy.
Yes, listen to No Need for Alarm. It's genius.
Is that a song or an album?
It's an album.
Okay.
Yeah. POS, I'd still love to talk to just because I think we share a lot. Like he came from the punk rock hardcore scene. I came from the punk rock hardcore scene. It'd just be cool to talk about, that kind of shit. But I don't know, man. I'd still love to actually have a sit down with Cage at some point. Just because I've talked to him on the phone. We had a phone conversation for no bullshit 3 hours.
Whoa.
But I've never been able to sit down and actually have an interview convo. I can't think of anybody else.
Hey, that reminds me. 1 second. Did any of you ever hear an interview that's been online for years? It was between Necro and some British guy who had him on his show over the phone.
No.
Oh,
I
this
don't know who Necro
this interview went south very quickly.
First off, who's Necro?
Necro is. Oh, go ahead. You tell him.
Necro, Brooklyn, New York City, nonfiction. He's a fucking horrorcore rapper. He's a.
Ugh.
I take Necro just as satire. I find lots of humor in his work.
Right.
I've always loved him. Necro is a very aggressive person, and he's an alpha male. He's always maybe he's a beta, really, because he always has to show you how tough he is at all times to qualify himself.
Yeah.
And he was in an interview with this guy who just kept saying, "Hey, Necro, I worked really hard to get you on the show." And Necro was being very playful. He wasn't taking the interview 100% seriously. And, you know, personally, as somebody who's interviewed just a few people, not many, and, you know, obviously you guys, Dom, you've interviewed half of the fucking planet.
Yep.
And you have to know that you gotta go with the flow sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, if the person that you're interviewing is taking this somewhere else, you got to be, you know, just like Bruce Lee says, you got to be like water. You just have to adapt. And this guy was just so hell-bent on, I'm saying, no, Necro, this isn't right. I worked so hard to get you into this interview, man, and you're just fucking this up, bro. And Necro,
Really?
at one point, Necro just said, hold up, what the fuck did you say to me? Bro, that's it. When I go to the UK, and I'm trying to imitate Necro, when I get to the UK, I'm knocking you the fuck out, bro. I'm knocking you the fuck out. I'll try to put that interview in the description below. I'm sorry because, you know, you just spoke about Cage, but continue. Hilarious
I need
interview.
to hear this. I need to hear this interview. That's amazing.
I'll send it to you so maybe you can listen to it afterwards. All right.
Please answer my question, okay? Do you know how much I worked to get you onto this program?
The dude sounded like that.
Oh my! And to okay, so like, he knows who Necro is. So if he tried so hard to get him on the show, why was he surprised that Necro was a dick?
Right.
Or that he was just kind of like fucking with him.
Right.
That just comes. Well, yeah, that guy sounds like a fucking dumbass. But I mean that's pretty much it, man. I really honestly can't think of anybody else right now. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and try to be cool and be like, oh, Scarface, or oh, Slick Rick. You know, those guys are great. I don't know that I really care that much about having like a full-on conversation with them.
What else is in the... Sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say, do I have to answer the other question?
Nah, you really don't.
Seems kind of dumb. But you know what, though, really quick, I will say I'm really surprised by how everyone is way more, like the dudes are way more into the fact that I changed my hair than the girls are.
You guys have a female viewership?
There's like 4.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah.
You
So
pervert. What was that? What was that?
What do you think?
God.
Oh, Jesus. What else we got in the question
Yeah,
box?
you don't have to answer that one. We had 2 Walking Dead questions. I think that pretty much okay, what's his favorite season of Walking Dead? Says Espinoza 1991.
Probably the second season. You know, when they get to the farm and all that?
For the record, I don't watch Walking
Hershey's
Dead.
Farm?
Hershey? You mean Herschel?
I wanted to mispronounce it 'cause I think it's funny.
Oh, sorry.
You know,
I
it's
was
fine.
like, what?
I just bombed. It's okay. Hey, what are you eating over there?
Oh, God, can you hear that? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Trust me. I've eaten on this
That's some
podcast.
ratchet shit, isn't it? Like,
I've done my taxes on this podcast. It's okay.
Oh,
I ate a chip out of a bag that was in the trash can just now, so it's okay.
oh, so you're way worse than I am.
I remember when you did that.
What was that, D?
I remember when you did that.
Yo,
I
can
do
you...
too.
All right, so we have another question here from Japan Death, friend of the show. He says, what's him and Dom's obsession with white women?
You motherfucker.
Dom and his
Take it
white
there.
girls, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not obsessed. Stop it.
You sound
But
very
what I will
defensive,
say...
though.
Well, we've given him a lot of shit on the podcast.
What I will say, though, is that you recently posted a Vine, Myke Sietown, of Taylor Swift rapping along to Backseat Freestyle. And I think my dick moved a little bit.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I was
Are you
like,
serious?
I don't, and I mean, she's way too skinny. I don't really, I think she's cute, but like, I seeing that footage, I was like,
Ew. Really? I mean, I'm just not into her. I thought it was funny. I think I posted that, and I think I sent it to like Ken, because Ken is like secretly afraid of white girls.
Really?
Yeah.
I hope they just try and talk to him in massive groups, getting all like just rubbing on his shoulders. He's like,
Dude. Okay, so like, they didn't believe me that like a different type of white person will flock to us if I'm around. And I've been showing them this over the past few years. I think Ken just didn't have a lot of experience being around different types of people. He's from Mississippi. There's not really that many white people there that would want to hang out with black people.
Oh yeah, you probably want to hang out with them.
They'd sooner tie you up and drag you behind a truck in Mississippi. So we went to a fucking EDM fest, and I was telling Ken, I was like, you're gonna have to get rid of that messed up mentality of not wanting to be around any white people. That's all we're gonna be around. And man, we went. That dude's whole perspective changed. All these crazy ass, drunk and high white girls running around half dressed, and I'm like, I told you. And they were all nice, having a great time. It's so much different than you go to like a hip hop fest, where everybody's purpose there is to look as mean and as mad as possible,
and cool,
which is and cool as possible.
Even
right?
when they know the song, it's just like, I kind of want to sing along and put my hands up.
So you're saying in hip hop concerts, people won't rap along because you're like, I'm a fan, but I'm not that.
Dude, if you go to a show with a small venue, you look around and you'll see just how cool people want to try to play it off.
Yeah,
you can normally tell before the show. If the DJ's just playing a bunch of popular songs that most of the room knows, and dudes are kind of like with their arms crossed, kind of like, right. Like, come on, dude, just give it up. You're having a good time.
Say that shit, man. I ain't put my motherfucking hands in the air. I ain't singing no motherfucking words. Just be on that motherfucking stage, and you know what I'm saying? Sing the motherfucking song. I paid my motherfucking money, nigga.
Hear that?
Yeah.
That's a hip hop show, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I don't fuck with rap dudes, man. On as a general rule. But I don't even think Dom answered the question. It was a nice diversion, though.
God damn it! Yeah.
It was a very nice diversion, but you didn't answer the question.
I'm not obsessed. God damn it! Is that Japanese dog who said that?
Yes.
Or Japan? That fuck. Yeah, I'm not obsessed. Like, I like him. Can we just leave it at that? No, we can't leave it at that. You won't let me escape. I can't escape the gravitational pull of this question. I can't do it.
Yeah, that's a whack excuse, man.
Oh, God.
Why are you obsessed with white women? Why?
I'm not telling you shit. I'm done.
Okay, maybe in relation to that, even though I had no clue who this person was, though I've Googled her and I see that she is a white woman. And we have a question from, let's see if I can see it, Iguano Lord. He said, how bad does he want to eat Pharmacon? I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong. Pharmacon's maggot-infested vagina.
Who's Pharmacon?
Pharmacon is a power electronics artist that I have a huge crush on. Just because she's actually... This is going to sound so misogynistic, and I don't want it to come off that way, but... I mean, if it does, I'm sorry to any woman that's listening.
No.
But she's really, right? She's really attractive, and she makes, like, the most abrasive, gross power electronics, and she screams her fucking head off. For some reason, I find that to be extremely hot. As far as eating maggots out of her vagina, that's not vegan, so that would not happen.
His main concern is the fact that they're animals, not that they're in there.
Yes.
Or how they got there.
Maggots deserve to live just like I do, and therefore, no. Sorry, guys.
How do you spell Pharmacon?
PHARMAKON.
Right.
Do you like Alice Glass from Crystal Castles? Is that your style, Myke Sietown?
I don't know who this person is.
Can I just say that I'm imagining you guys to be sitting on a panel, like you're filming this public access show, like maybe it looks like a Tim and Eric setting, and both of you have suits on, and they play the violin, the eloquent music coming in, and it's like white girl theater or something like that. And you guys, in a very sophisticated way, you guys discuss white women. Like, Myke Sietown here with Dom. We're discussing Taylor Swift. What do you think? What is this?
Okay.
And so that vine you posted was exquisite.
I didn't think it was, but I mean, if that makes if that made your penis do the bankhead bounce, I feel accomplished.
Oh, those Atlanta people.
Yeah, look up Alice Glass from Crystal Castle. She screams her.
Let's see if I approve of this woman. Let's see, Alex.
I don't really like her.
By the way, not feeling the Pharmacon.
I like her. She's cute because you know what?
Okay.
She's very plain.
Okay.
and nerdy looking.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's cute.
She's
You
a
know she
little
got teased in high
Angelina
school.
Jolie hacker.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Definitely looks like her.
Oh, what about the chick from Fanagram?
Fanagram.
Sarah from Fantagram.
Let's see. Fantogram.
I'm not ashamed of saying it. I like her a lot.
Sarah is her name, I assume.
Yeah, Sarah something.
Let's see what we got here. Yeah, she's cute.
You don't like her?
She dresses a little weird, but she's cute.
Yeah, I know. All right.
But here's the thing, man. I gotta say, I am not obsessed with. I can't speak for Dom.
Dom can't
But
speak for himself. Apparently.
Fuck you.
I am not obsessed with white women. That's very silly.
I'm not obsessed with any type of. I mean, personality-wise, I think I'm obsessed with a certain kind of woman.
I agree.
Who's kind of fucked up and prone to damaging herself. But you know that transcends race, my friend.
Yeah, that definitely sounds more white. But
Oh, all right.
but okay, but you have to think about it this way. Like we had this discussion too with the Dead End guys. Like we were on a road trip and they asked the same question. I was like, okay, not to get too serious, but I'm like, think about this. It's not that I will intentionally date a person of a particular race because that's fucking silly. I'm 36. I've dated every race there is, with the exception of I've never actually personally dated an Asian woman. Not by choice. It just hasn't happened. But how many black women would be into the type of person that I am? Think about and be honest.
It's gonna be pretty rare.
A weird, skinny vegan kid that listens to satanic metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you know what I'm saying? Like and loves cats. And you know that's not gonna happen.
So it's not really because you don't want black women. It's that black women never really accepted you for the most part.
Hell, right, exactly. I like women, period. If you look good and you're cool, it doesn't matter. So like when people say, "Oh, you only date white women," no, only white women date me. Black chicks, especially in the South, I am not normal. I mean, I'm probably not normal anywhere, but I'm not especially.
You're normal in New York City. Trust me. Trust me.
Really?
You're normal in New York City.
Oh, well, good. Maybe I'll move there. But no, dude, it's just black women in the South are not trying to have anything to do with someone like me. They won't even give me two looks. Now, I'm not saying that I'm like this good-looking dude. Like even if I was way better looking, they would not want to hang out with me. I wear tight jeans. You know, I you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's really all it is. I don't know where this guy was going with that question, but I am far from obsessed with any type of
it's the playful banter that we have on the show. The word obsession is used very loosely because I've met Japanese dog before. It's used very loosely, but it's just the humor of the show because I constantly give Dom shit because I say he's obsessed with white women when I know he's actually not. But that
I've heard it. I've heard you do it plenty.
But he is obsessed. He is obsessed. But you know, let's move on.
Slightly.
Let's move along.
Maybe infatuated is a better word, but go ahead.
Okay.
All right. What else is in the question box?
There's one more. This is kind of just a silly question. I don't think it's even worth reading, but I'll just go ahead and read it because he took the effort to actually send a tweet. King of Gaming says, "Ask him how do you get light-skinned hoes."
Oh my god.
There you go.
What?
Fuck.
This is the
Okay,
demographic of the
So
show, Mike.
Fucking.
These are the Mensa members that.
How do you
listen to
get
the
light
podcast.
skin?
And it is, and you know what? And look at this.
man.
This is why I think Dom and I take what we do seriously, but we don't take it seriously. You understand what I'm saying? We don't take it seriously
Absolutely.
because they are a product of us, and just these silly questions just speak about how silly we are, of course. But you know, I didn't think we were getting any fucking ISIS questions from anybody or anything like that. But
Oh man.
Mike, I wanted to ask you this, and you know, I don't. And when I ask you this question, obviously, you know, you don't want to get into your personal life and everything like that. But I do follow you on Instagram, okay? Mm-hmm. And about a week or so ago, I saw a picture that really interested me because I've seen these things in the city, but I've never actually done it myself. About a week ago, you posted that you had a tarot card reading. and that you were skeptical about it, but just tell us about the experience and let us know, because I'm also interested in it too. I mean, I don't know if I would ever do it, but I've thought about it before.
Yeah. So I'll tell you about the tarot card reading. When you were saying, I don't want to get into my personal life, let me say really quickly, really quickly, that I got in a lot of trouble last time I was on your show.
Really?
Yes, I got in a lot of trouble. I had technically 3 exes that got very upset with me.
Really?
About the things I said on your show.
How'd they find it?
I know how one of them found it. I don't know how the other 2 found it, and I didn't ask. I was just like, I was too busy getting yelled at. So it's actually a miracle that I'm back on here, because I'm kind of scared to have to go through that again. So
well, it's all up to what you want to divulge.
We will not ask you anything about your exes.
Thank you.
Yeah, there was a lot of woman talk last time. There was
a lot of woman talk, and it landed me in a lot of hot water. So, but anyway, moving along. The tarot card reading was really fucking weird, man. I don't believe in that shit. If other people do, that's great. It's not my thing, but I only did it because we were out and it was $10, and my friend told me, "Hey, go do it because it'll be funny." And 2 people had already walked out of there saying, "Dude, that shit was weird. She knew way too much." So I was like, okay, well, let's see where she goes with this one. So I sat down, and the first thing she says, I won't go through all of it because it's a little long.
Your pants, they're tight. I know.
I think that your balls are uncomfortable. No, the first thing she says, I show here that you recently moved for work. And I was like, already you're full of shit. It's like, nope, I've been living in Georgia for over 20 years, and I've been at the same job for 13. She says, no, you moved here for work. She was insistent upon this, and I was just like, no, chick, I didn't fucking move here for work. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. The reason it got weird is because she was so insistent about this. She said it to me like 4 or 5 times. She kept saying, are you sure? And then finally she says, okay, well, you know what? Maybe this card isn't you. Maybe this card is somebody else. And maybe this other card is you. And I said, okay. And she says, do you know someone that recently moved here for work? And I said, well, yeah. I just met this girl last week, literally, who just moved here for work. And she says, okay. She says, now it's making sense. So this card is her. This card is you. She said, I sense a lot of conversation between the 2 of you. And I was like, okay, this is weird. Because we had pretty much talked almost every single day. And she said, I sense you guys having a good communication relationship type of thing. And I was like, all right, whatever. So that was about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I'm still hanging out with the same girl. She then says the other card, she says, this card is you. I'm showing that you recently moved houses. She was absolutely spot on. She says, I sense that the reason that you moved was because of a major conflict that you could not fix and that you had to get away from. She was spot fucking on. Now, of course, some of that shit is...
I've been filming you for 3 weeks.
I've been stalking your Facebook. But some of that shit is all based on fucking body language. They ask you a question, and you're feeding them answers because whatever. But this one, I thought was pretty fucking interesting. The fact that she was so insistent about the person moving here for work. The fact that she was so insistent about, you guys are going to have great communication, and this is someone that you're going to, partner up with. I thought that all that shit was really fucking weird. And a lot of it came true. So I don't know, man. I mean, maybe you should give it a shot.
You know what I've always felt like it was going to be like one of those scenarios that you see in movies when you want to get information out of somebody, you give them $10 and then they go, I don't know, everything's getting kind of hazy. And then it's getting hazy. You give you another $10. And then by the time you know it, you gave them 70. So that's what I sort of thought, because if I knew it was just a straight $10, $20 thing, it's like, sure, why not? Maybe on a drunken night around the fucking village, who gives a shit? That sounds a little intriguing, but so tell me, was any of it Did you get emotional out of any of it, or was it just like surface level stuff that she just connected dots on?
No, it was a lot of it was kind of deep. And especially now that I am, 2 weeks later, looking back on it, a lot of the shit she said was right, man.
Did she pull out a skull and crossbones or a skeleton card that said death on it, and she said,
"Oh, this card represents a dead end."
Oh my god.
Did that happen? And it got at a draft, a cold draft blew into the room.
I hate you so much right now for that whack ass fucking joke, man.
And yes,
oh my god.
This is strange. This card.
I was expecting either the death card or I was expecting her to just give me back my money and say, "You don't want to know."
Oh fuck.
And she did not.
Okay.
Everything she said was relatively positive, with the exception of a few things. So
it was just secret stuff.
It was just she. Of course, they're not going to give you like specific answers. Like next week, you're gonna find gas for $2.98. You should buy a whole fucking tank. Like they're not going to do that, but they're going to tell you, hey, within the next year, you're going to come into a situation where you have to really think about this and that and da 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 da. It's that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Basically, you don't take it too seriously. It's fun, and that's pretty much the extent of it.
It creeps me out, man.
It definitely creeped me out. The fact that she was so spot on to a few very specific things. I was like, that's real weird. Especially when it got into, like, she was bringing up semi-specifics about my last relationship. And I was like, how in the motherfuck are you doing this?
She is white.
You pulled out a card. It was a
It's a what?
I sense that she is white.
Oh, God.
Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Yes. This next card, it is the Nine of Cats.
What does that mean?
Are you a cat person?
Absolutely, I am.
Yes.
This is amazing.
All bow before me in my powers.
Though now that Dom mentioned the whole dead end thing, I think it would have been funny if, like, at the beginning when she was telling you about you moved, that was literally a dead end conversation. By the way, I just want to say that. So in a sense,
Absolutely.
she was accurate.
Dude,
she was.
If she had said that, I know we joke, but if she had said that with a straight face, would you have flipped the fuck out?
Oh my god!
I would have ran.
That's way too
I wouldn't even
specific.
said anything. I would have just ran away like Forrest Gump.
She was like screaming, cackling as you were. That would be scary ass shit.
See, I mean, again, I'm not atheist or anything like that, but I don't believe in that kind of shit.
Me neither.
But at the same time, I was thinking, like, you ever seen Drag Me to Hell?
I've seen some of it.
Oh, what the fuck? All right. Well, I was just thinking, like, man, she's gonna say something that's gonna sound like some kind of weird chanting or something. And then I'm going to get home and, like, something's going to come through a mirror and get me. It's just stupid shit like that. But none of those things, clearly.
The guy would want to... A skeleton would come out of your closet and want to talk to you about Drake. Hey, Myke. That would be scarier than the fact that he's an animated skeleton.
Welcome to my parlor.
Well, hey.
Sit.
Yes, ma'am.
With your tight-ass jeans.
Quit looking at my dick.
I will draw. The first card I have drawn is the hair card. You have a long history of hair changing. Am I correct?
You are correct.
Yes, I am. And this is the building card. Have you moved recently?
No, I haven't actually.
Actually, yes, you have. The card says that you have moved.
I have not moved. I've been in the same place for quite some time.
It says you have moved within the last 2 months. Actually, the last 15 years. Is that true?
No, I haven't.
It's possibly you moved in the last 2 decades, perhaps.
I have not. I've been here for about. Actually,
okay.
You tell me how long I've been here. You're supposed to know the shit.
It does not work that way, actually.
Oh, well, for real, when I called Mama Cleo, she knew that shit.
Cleo is a dumb bitch. She is full of shit, and she's not real. Okay, I went to school with her. And that bitch used to make fun of me. Let's not talk about her. Okay. Let's continue.
Oh, fake ass Whoopi Goldberg and ghost ass motherfucker.
I will not have such talking in my parlor, or else I will cast the ghost of Drake upon thee.